Welcome to Be the Change. Today, I wanted to ask, or your future awakened self is trying to tell you this. We're going to pick 3 cards, and whichever one you feel most drawn to is going to be your pile. So, your future awakened self wants you to know this. We got pile number 1, the ring. Okay, we have pile number 2, the river. And last but not least, we have pile number 3, the vision. Okay. Pile number 1, the ring. What is it? Your future awakened self is wanting you to know this. We got pile number 1 with a ring. Pile number 2 with a river. Pile number 3 with vision. Your future awakened self wants you to know this. We're going to pick the oracle cards for the piles. Pile number 1. We have pile number 2. We got pile number 3. Going to pick the oracle cards. Your future awakened self wants you to know this. Your future awakened self wants you to know this. Your future awakened self wants you to know this. Pile number 1. Pile number 2. Pile number 3. Whichever one of these that you feel drawn to. It could be 1 pile, it can be 2 piles, it can be all piles. Whichever one you feel drawn to, there's going to be a message in there for you. And this is your future awakened self that is giving you this message here today. So your future awakened self is wanting you to know how freaking awesome you are. Your future awakened self wants you to know that you are beautiful. Your future awakened self wants you to know that you are worthy. And your future awakened self wants you to know that you can do it. Whatever it is that you got on your mind, you can do it. Pile number 2. Pile number 3. Your future awakened self wants you to know this. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit guides. Higher power. Thank you for this message. Your future awakened self wants you to know this. Pile number 1. Pile number 2. Pile number 3. Thank you for putting a divine hand over this reading and these words so that we mere humans here can get our message from our future awakened selves. Last but not least, your future awakened self wants you to know number 1, your future awakened self wants you to know. Pile number 2, if you are drawn to pile number 2, your future awakened self wants you to know. And pile number 3, Your future awakened self wants you to know. I will see you all in your reading. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. Welcome to your reading. This is a message from your future awakened self, and your future awakened self has some great news for you. And your future awakened self wants you to know this. Okay, so you got drawn to the card, the ring. Ring is often in our society, wedding ring, being attached to somebody, the ring can be walking in circles. So nowadays, pile number 1, nowadays, maybe your life is looking like repetition. Perhaps life is looking like you're just there by yourself. You're hopping around here on planet Earth on your own, going to bed, waking up in the morning, going to work, doing your thing, getting the groceries, getting your food, TV, news, going to bed, getting up in the morning, all the same repetitions. And it might feel sometimes like you're completely blocked off from the rest. And sometimes it can feel in the moment like it's very heavy energy. It can be very difficult to keep in this pattern of just repetition and moving and repetition. Also, this can be also a symbol of wearing a ring out of habit. Sometimes people don't want to let go of the past, and so they keep wearing the ring, or they don't want to let go of this, so they keep wearing the jewelry, or they don't want to let go of things, so they keep hanging on to these feelings that the ring would used to give. So it basically keeps you stuck in your old self. Starving for connection. So walking around like that by yourself on planet Earth is challenging. Like now you feel like you are alone in this whole vast universe, like billions of people here, and you walk around feeling all alone. And your future self wants you to know that I know that it's dark to walk where you're walking right now. It's dark, it's heavy energy, it might be difficult. And pile number 1, this is your future awakened self giving you encouragement that even if your life may seem very dense, repetitive, isolated, lonely at the time, your future self is here to say that once you open up for the connectivity and once you open up for the connectedness, sometimes you have to figure out a way to be a good manager of your mind so that you can quiet the mind that is keeping you in these repetitive motions and repetitive thoughts, repetitive emotions, repetitive motions, repetitive thoughts. And so if you sit down and start the awakening process by learning what is actually going on in your mind, what is on your thoughts, like what is your thoughts doing, how are you being repetitive, and can you find some space in your schedule to sit down and meditate for a little bit? Just listen, sit down, be still, and observe what is going on within yourself. Once you do this, you're going to feel more of a connectedness to the things around you. So while life might be at the moment a fog, basically mostly because of your thoughts, obsession with the future, obsession with the past, never really present in the moment, never really there, just continuous stream of thoughts and continuous stream of unconsciousness, day after day after day. And so your future awakened self, pile number 1, is patting you on the back and saying that this is not how your life is going to be throughout this whole time on planet Earth. It will get better and you will find your way. You will find your inner core once you find your inner core and you find your inner stillness, now you are going to be able to connect with everything that is going on around you. And now you're going to open up. Once your future awakened self is sitting there feeling connected to everything and feeling very blessed and feeling very surrounded by love and being love and unconditional, and feeling the inner joy, the one that just lights up your face because you can't help it. It's just starting in your belly. And your future self says, hang on in there, because it might seem dark and cold right now, but your life is going to get much, much better. And so, forgetting oneself, sometimes with the ring, sometimes with, sometimes also with commitment. So commitment, okay, here are the people. Oh, this person would be perfect for you. We think this person would be perfect for you. You should really stay with this person. And pile number one is like, but I don't really like that person. I don't like the conversations. I don't really like the way they make me feel. I don't really like the pressure that I feel when I'm in the same space as this person. And so learning to trust your inner guidance and learning to measure your own self-worth, learning to tune out all the obsession about tomorrow, all the obsession about the past, being present in the moment and putting yourself, if you are going to be of any value to anyone else, you have to learn how to put yourself first. And so your future self is saying that, yes, you will find a place where you feel valued, loved, connected, and you're going to feel, you are finding these things. At the moment, future self will encourage you, pile number one, to not forget about yourself. You are worthy. You are meaningful. You are unique. You are authentic. You have just the same right for this space on this planet Earth as everyone else does. And sometimes we're just numbing our own identity. Like, okay, since everybody says that I probably should be with that guy and that probably would be good for me, now I'm just going to numb down my own identity and I'm going to quench my internal voice saying, no, don't do it. It will kill your soul. I'm going to just ignore that and I'm going to do what everybody else says that I should be doing. And then I think that would be the right answer, because at the moment, pile number one is not capable of trusting your own intuition, trusting your own inner voice, and trusting that the decisions that you make and how you feel about things is okay. There's nobody can take that away from you. There's nobody can tell you how you should feel about anybody or anything. And if they try to do that, just let them and just stay your ground, be grounded, and do not forget about yourself. It's like walking around to the sound of a music that was never your own. So you're walking around in the current to someone else's tune, walking around to someone else's dream, and walking around to someone else's notes, which is going to cause a disconnect. It's going to cause feeling disconnected from everything. It's going to cause a lot of things that is not going to be good for you, pile number one. So do not forget about yourself. And so knowing your worth, knowing who you are, also allowing yourself to let go of your identity, like who you think you should be, or who other people portray you as. Like they may say that you are this, this, and this. And below the surface, you know that you are just, I am. Unconditional love. You are, and you always will be, and you always have been. So putting your identity to the side so you can open up for that new experience on planet Earth, and not forgetting about yourself. You are important. And if you are in circumstances that is not good for your soul, it's not good for your mind, it's not good for your body, if you're in circumstances like that, maybe you can find the courage to break out and put yourself first for once. I regret my poor choices. Well, we all have poor choices. We all have made poor choices in our lives. It's called being human. And sometimes the poor choices that we have made is because we forgot about ourselves, because we thought we had to do what everybody else said we had to do. Sometimes the poor choices that we make is because we didn't put ourselves first. And now we're making decisions that is giving away our power, giving away our power based on other people's opinions, and maybe based on what you thought was the right thing to do. Sometimes we don't have the answer at the moment. And whatever we do, it might not come out the right way because it wasn't the time for it. And divine wisdom. Knowledge. The oh so old knowledge that we have. Your future self, pile number 1, is deeply connected to the divine wisdom. Future self is broken out of the bubble, of the mind bubble, the mind chatter, the constant stream of unconsciousness going through. Forgive yourself for the poor choices. Sometimes the poor choices that you can make is to give in to someone else's needs. Sometimes the poor choices that you can make is to be given to someone else's emotions, or you don't want to hurt them, or you don't want to feel guilty because you didn't do what everybody said that you should do. Now you feel like you're doing something wrong. And these might not be poor choices either. And even if you have made poor choices, everybody makes poor choices. It's lifetime, it's human, it's planet Earth, it's learning as we go. We don't know any better until we know any better. And so forgive yourself, have compassion for yourself, and look at the hindsight lessons. These poor choices that you have made, pile number 1, your future self is saying that the poor choices that you have made, that you hold so much regret for, those are going to be the biggest lessons that you will learn in your life. And those lessons is going to bring you into the divine wisdom, which the divine wisdom is a beautiful place to be. Divine wisdom. And so your future self, you understand that you are an expression of the divine light of the universe. Like you, this person who kept forgetting about themselves and giving away everything of their energy and time to everyone else. Like this person is you, pile number 1. You are understanding that you are much more than that. You are much more than that. And you understand that you are an expression of the divine light of the universe, and it's time to tune in, connect to, and become aware of the divine wisdom within. So where is your quiet place? Do you have a quiet place, pile number 1, where you can sit down and tune in, go within, have a little notebook where you can write down what kind of thoughts coming into your mind, what kind of things are showing up, what kind of emotions, what kind of internal weather is going on inside of you, and find that quiet place. Create a quiet place where you can be just by yourself. And at the moment, your future self is saying, hey, pile number 1, stop looking for the answers outside of yourself. Your future awakened self is saying, stop looking for the answers in the neighbor over there. Stop looking for the answers in a book, like wherever over there. Always looking outside of yourself. Stop looking outside of yourself for the answers. You already know what to do. You already hold the answers and you already have it. Find the guidance, pray about it in your quiet place. Pray about it. Like how can you open up more? How can you find your way? And manifestation. So if you're manifesting from this here, if you're manifesting from regret, and you're manifesting from oh, I regret that, I'm feeling bad about that, or you're manifesting from guilt, or you're manifesting from any of that, that's what you're going to manifest. So your future self is saying, be aware of what you're thinking, be aware of what you're feeling, because you just might get it. And so, pile number 1, you are on the right path to awaken yourself to a much wider, broader experience on this planet Earth, where you actually are connected to everything. And once you find that connectedness, you're going to be able to manifest that good relationship. You're going to be able to manifest that ring that you want to wear it, because it's a bond. It's a commitment between two people who equally love each other. And now you're going to, because it comes from yourself, you don't have to look outside to find the sources or the resources or anything. You know that you can find the guidance from within, and you trust yourself. And so your future self is saying, keep on what you're doing, because it will come out really nicely. Finding balance. Also opening up for pile number 1. So at the moment, maybe the king of thinking, or the king of thoughts, the king of thinking, always planning ahead, always knowing what to say, always speaking very fast, and always having the words at your command. And this might be asking you to be dreamy, and asking you to be a little bit more in tune with your fantasy and your imagination and manifestation. So having balance, turning turning your experiences, turning your poor choices into lessons, is something that is going to be celebrating love, connection, and choices. So, part number 1, as you are walking through this life, and you're walking through this time in your life, you are going to be able to be more dreamy. You're going to be able to connect more to the world around you. You're going to be able to be more aware of the things that are around you, and appreciate the things that are around you in this moment, in this time. So you're going to be able to do that, and then celebrating those things, understanding all the great worth and value and riches that you already have it. Your time, your just you being is wealth, and manifesting from that point is going to bring in that true connection. And this true connection, it can be also with your higher self and yourself. It can be you integrating yourself into a full being, that now you are connected, now you feel like you are a part of. It can also be connecting with another person. It can be connecting with a project. It could be any kind of soul connection. And then then you're going to also open up. Once you have all this stuff and you're manifesting, and you get that you know that you, with the divine wisdom, you know that you are you are a little speck of the divine as well. And so knowing that is going to open up new choices for you. It's going to be often the 7 of Cups. I call it like the temptation card, or the bling card, because there's going to be a lot of bling and bling and bling over there, and then temptations, and they're going to pull you in different directions. And this is where it's good to know that you already have what you need, and you already have all that. So staying on course within yourself is going to be very important. And not allowing, so healing is never linear. That's what I find. Healing is never just linear. It's not like it just happens and then you're done with it for good. Sometimes you go backwards too, and then the chaos and the thoughts and forgetting oneself. This is you, like pile number 1. This is you forgetting yourself. You're sitting there on the couch. Everything is in shambles around you because you took care of everyone else before you take care of yourself. And so learning to take care of yourself and putting yourself first is going to be very, very important. And also it's okay with the choices that we have made. Like, we all have made choices that we wish that we hadn't made. It's okay. You have to forgive yourself at some point and take the lesson and be okay with that, to have the lesson. Seven of Cups again. So you are going to be put in a position where you have many choices. And many choices can be scary. Many choices can be fun. Many choices can be terrifying. Many choices can be just many choices. But you always have the power to choose. So you don't want to make the same choices, the regret choices. No, you don't want to make those. Now you want to take this opportunity to make the right choices. And so you're learning here, you're learning the connection, you're learning to value what you already have. And you're manifesting, and so you want to forgive yourself. Pile one. You want to forgive yourself. And here you're showing up with a new perspective. So your future awakened self wants you to know that you will gain a new perspective. You will gain a new perspective about the poor choices that you had. You will gain a new perspective about yourself and your worth and your value. You're going to gain a new perspective on all of these things. And so pile number one. Starting today towards the awakening process. If you start today towards the awakening process, you're going to be, this is the message. It will move forward for you, and it will move forward quickly. So whatever it is that you wanted to achieve here, it's going to change for you real quick, fast. Yeah, and that's a good thing. You're going to be able to move away from the clouded stuck in this position, and you're going to be able to move out of it fast. If you just sit down and you just allow yourself. And the disappointments, sometimes the disappointments that we have had in life, and the disappointments is because of our expectations. I thought it would be like that. I thought it would be like this. I thought it would be like that. And it didn't happen like that. Spirit is like, but here's the divine wisdom. I hold a cup for you here. It's the divine wisdom. If you drink of this cup of divine wisdom, you can manifest everything you want in your life. And then you can hop up and you can hop around on planet Earth and be a real happy camper. So pile number one. Your future awakened self wants you to know. Start the process today, because you will move forward quickly. You will move past your disappointments, and you're going to be able to see things from a changed perspective. But change does not come automatically. Just because you're watching this reading, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen automatically for you. You have to make a decision. Change only happens if you make a decision. So you have to make a decision, and you have to make an effort. That's how you will change the trajectory of your life. You have to make a conscious effort to change. Is it possible? Oh, heck yeah. I am a living testimony that it is possible. You just have to make the decision and then start the process. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want more of the videos, if you want to subscribe to my channel, I do appreciate that. And the beautiful light in me, it honors and respects and loves the same beautiful light in you. Until next time, pile number one, namaste. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. Your future self, your future awakened self wants you to know this. So the message today is going to start out with the river. You got drawn to the card of the river. The river is, flowing. It's the stream, like the flow, the current. A lot of rituals throughout the ages has been made in the rivers, because you go in the river, you wash away, and you let go of the things that don't serve you. And then you allow it to wash away, and there you go on your merry way, feeling cleansed, feeling better, soothing our sharp edges. accepting our mistakes and grievances. It's about forgiveness, the stream of consciousness. At the moment, pile number 2, what I'm receiving here at the moment you might feel like a torment of emotions. Sometimes the emotions can be so overwhelming, they can be so difficult that they just eat you up, like panic attacks, like freaking out. That's what I used to call it. I had a lot of panic attacks. I had a lot of panic in general. And I didn't understand why I was reacting to people the way I was, because I wasn't aware at the time that I was terrified. And when you walk around and you're not aware of these big emotions that you're holding within because you have to somehow survive with those emotions, sometimes you don't understand the consequences of your own actions, because there's a disconnect with what you're actually feeling and how you're behaving in the world. So there can be like a sense of overwhelm, being overwhelmed by little things, or being overwhelmed by things that wouldn't necessarily in a more balanced person, they might not trigger you as deeply as they do when you have overload of emotions. And emotions are such a beautiful thing. Like, it's such a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful GPS. It's such a beautiful guidance system for us humans. And it's so often just misconstrued and been messed up by unfortunate people, places, and things that happen in our lives. And sometimes they just mess up our emotional system so that we're completely off the skelter where we were supposed to be. And the good news is that you don't have to stay tormented your whole life on planet Earth. You can work on these emotions. You can work with the emotions, and you can work to release the emotions. And so sometimes I know that I had so many disappointments in my life. I had so many things that I was dealing with over and over and over again throughout the years, and I never let it out. I kept it locked up. I didn't let them flow. My emotions weren't flowing like a river. They were bottled up, and I was holding them too tight, and I was holding on to it. And eventually I felt like if I start crying now, I will never stop. I will drown in my own tears, and I won't be able to stop crying if I start crying, because it will never end. It's so much sadness, it's so much grief, it's so much disappointment, so much betrayal. There are so many things that have happened that I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to survive if I let it all out. And so, but the thing is that once the tears have passed, you see yourself with more light, more lightness. You're going to see yourself with more grace. You're going to see yourself as more fluidity. And crying is basically just allowing the tears to water the plants so that something new can grow within yourself. You're releasing and you're opening up the space where you used to be bottled up. Your future self, your future awakened self says, where you used to be all bottled up in your chest, and not in your chest, that you didn't know how to explain it or why it was there. It's just like holds the emotions. It's just holding there. And once you let it go, if you allow that river and you allow the stream of emotions to flow through you, you're going to be just fine, even though it might not feel like it at the moment. So your future self, pile number 2, is encouraging you to allow whatever it is that you have held bottled up, to allow it to flow freely like a river. And you're going to see that afterwards, you're going to feel so much lighter and so much better. So anger and chains. Anger and chains, it can be, anger can be your chains. Like if you're completely freaking pissed off all the time, and you're always angry and you're always lashing out at something, usually underneath the anger is the tears. Like there's underneath the anger is this ball of disappointment and sadness and grief that you're trying to hold intact so you don't burst it. Because if it bursts, then what the heck, then you lose control and all of these emotions are going to flow out of you. So it's better to be angry at everybody who's poking at this ball of disappointments that you have in your chest. And then it's better to be angry with everybody and keep them at bay and keep them away, so that you can hold on to your safety that you have created by holding on to your emotions so tightly. It becomes your chains. It becomes your prison. It becomes your lockbox. You cannot get out of it because you are going to be locked down in this. Also, the other way around, if you never show anger, like for me, I had suppressed my anger. Because they always told me when I was growing up, you need to do something with that anger. You need to do something about that anger. Which in my case, it was appropriate anger because that was the appropriate reaction to being abused. But they would gaslight it and put it into me like it was a bad trait because they were the ones who really needed to do something about their anger. And so my repression of my anger becomes chains too. It's better to be angry than to just sit there and be depressed. Because if you just sit there and be depressed, you have no energy, pile number 2, to go out in your life and do what you want to do. If you sit there and if you're angry, then at least you have some kind of a powerful energy that will lift you and move you forward with your life so that you can still accomplish things and you won't be held back and held down by all these emotions. And this is your future self. So there's a song that is coming up and it's I want to break free. I've got to break free. And the freedom comes from bursting your own bubble that you're holding on to within yourself and allowing it to flow like the river and wash through you like clouds, like a river, like a flow, not bottling it up inside of you. I didn't know how to comfort you. This can be from your parents. This can be from your family. This can be from whoever you've had around you in your life. So it can be from other people that if they don't know it, like if they don't know any better, they won't do any better. If they're completely unconscious, they don't have the means to act in a different way. They're going to do unconscious things. If they're completely blocked off and they're also holding on to all their stuff, it's going to come out. So now you have generational stuff that you're dealing with, whatever they passed down to you. And they didn't know how to comfort you. You have to learn it on your own. Pile number 2, your future awakened self wants you to know that you are going to be able to comfort yourself. You're not going to need the people that did this to be there and comfort you for it to be legit comforting for your part. No, you're going to be able to comfort yourself. And how do you do that? Your future awakened self is telling you, pile number 2, you have to find a space in your life where you can sit down and then be honest, brutally honest about how you feel. And whatever comes out, let it come out. This is going to take courage. This is going to take you to be very brave. And it's going to cause, sometimes it can cause a feeling of complete like disaster. Like if I do this, it's going to be completely disastrous for me. But it's not. It's going to be disastrous if you don't do it, because now you're going to be bottled up and choke yourself with all that emotion. So opening up for it and allowing it to come through and allowing it to just flush through you. Maybe you hop in a river after you cry. You hop in the river and you let the river just wash away everything, all your tears, and just let Mother Earth through the water embrace you and give you a hug. And it's a beautiful thing, and you be supported, you be loved, you can go out in the grass, you can stand on the ground. You know that you are supported by Mother Earth. You know that you are supported. You can feel the wind around you, the air around you is like a hug from the universe. And you can, so allowing yourself to be held and to be comforted by the earth is also possible to do. But you won't see that if you hop around and being freaking pissed off all the time. So, and it's not good for your blood pressure either. So we got flexibility. Perhaps someone is just stuck in their ways. Well, with the ego part. Your ego is telling you that I am this angry person. I am this type of person. So now this is who I am. And pile number 2, you're going to realize in your awakening process that those were only labels. That it has nothing to do with who you are. And of course, sometimes you can accomplish magnificent things through your ego, which is a very, very good accomplishment, but it's still not who you are. The who you are is the person who is behind the anger. The who you are is the person who is experiencing all the tears or the lockdown and the hurt from for having people around you who didn't know how to comfort you. They didn't know how to love you. They didn't know how to make you feel accepted and good enough. And so you have to figure out how to do that yourself. Otherwise, you're going to get stuck in that pattern for the rest. And then they're going to pop you back out on planet Earth. Here you go. You got to do it one more time to figure out the same lesson. And don't be too rigid, like holding on too tightly. Just let it go. Let the new energy in. Be brave. Be like, you know what the heck? I only live once, or we don't, but I think we don't. But if you only live once, like how can you maximize this experience on this planet Earth? Let it go. Let the new energy in. Abundance, ease, and grace. Being in the flow. When you release all this anger and you release all this pain that is accumulated in your chest, inside of you, when you release that, you're going to be able to breathe. You're going to be able to create some space within yourself. You're going to be able to create some lightness. And now you can sit down and actually relax. Not sit down pretending that you're relaxing, because that's what you're supposed to do. So you just sit down for an hour or two pretending to be relaxing while the anger is just brewing inside and the sadness and everything is just picking on you the whole time. No, you're going to be able to sit down and actually be relaxed. And pile number 2, your future self is encouraging you to look at these things. Look at these things. Figure out how can you be your own best friend, and how can you sit down and comfort yourself when the people who were supposed to do it, they didn't know how. They're unconscious. They still probably don't know how. They might have to come out here back again on this earth 20 times to learn the lessons. But you have the opportunity to learn this lesson now, so you can break this cycle and you can open up and be flexible. Being flexible, so abundance and ease, letting it flow. I am free flowing and flexible. Look at your outdated belief system. What is it that you think that you have to do? Or what is it that you think that you should do? Or what is it that you think that you, however it comes out? What is it? Outdated belief systems and ways that it could be just wreaking like havoc in your world, like because you're just doing it for old habits, or you're just doing it because once upon a time you decided to believe in this way, and now you keep doing that, and then it's going to cause discord, and it's going to cause a lot of things in your life that you might not want. We have trust card coming in here. Trust yourself. Pile number 2. Find faith in your foundation, Mother Earth, Father Sky. However, go out there, hop in the water, get a hug from Mother Earth. It's better if you're in a place where they have warm water. That's a warm hug. Otherwise, it's a little bit cold, but still, it's a hug. Trust that the universe has your best interest at heart. Trust that there is something greater and bigger than us humans that trust that you can find your own way in this. Pile number 2, your future awakened self is asking you to trust this process. Future self is asking you to trust the advice or the recommendation to sit down and understand your anger and the chains, and how the anger is going to keep you in chains forever unless you go deeper deeper below the anger and you find the cause of what is it that you're covering up with all that anger. Where is the sadness? Why are you so disappointed? What happened to you? Why are you feeling such out of balance with everything? Generosity, volunteer work, healing time. Pile number 2, your future self is saying, you are a very generous person. Future self is saying you should be proud of yourself because you have accomplished enough in your life. You know how to manage your resources, time, your energy, your money. So you have enough that you can actually share with others. So you have made a good foundation for yourself. Pile number 2, good foundation for yourself, where you can actually hand out a little bit to the others. You also understand that there has to be a balance. And also there has to be a balance if you are giving out of guilt. Are you giving out of, you think you should do that, or this is what you're supposed to do, and then creating guilt? Or are you doing it because you can and you want to? It's something that you are wanting to give in your life. Going into a deep meditative state, sitting down, getting to know these anger and chains. Where is it in your body? How can you feel it? Does it sit right in your chest as like a ball that you have to hold still, just a tension? Or how does it feel in your chest? And then you can start to, hey, I feel you, tension right there. I can feel you. And now I want to get to know you, and who are you? And then you just sit with it, and you sit with these emotions and you accept them. Wow, I guess that is my anger that I'm feeling right there. That is very powerful emotion. That is very powerful feeling that I'm holding in my chest. And if you just sit there with that anger and allow it to be, it will transmute and it will transform into peace. And sometimes you also will open up the door for this divine love, this self-fulfilling cup. The self-fulfilling cup that is blocked. You won't be able to get to this new love, whether it be with a person, whether it would be with their source energy, whether it would be with, however, you won't be able to access it unless you sit down and meditate. Meditate, quiet the mind, figure out how can you transform. Then you will be able to access this. Transformation, change, being the change, it does not just happen by accident. It's not like pile number 2. Oh, pile number 2 is like, yeah, great. I watched this reading today, and the reading said that I was going to get rid of my anger and my depression, and I was going to be able to trust and be in a good flow in my life. And so I would be awakened in my future. Well, it doesn't really happen like that. You have to intentionally, you have to set an intention that I am going to figure out what kind of resentment, anger, what kind of emotions am I holding inside, so I allow them to trap me. You be trapped in whatever your life looks like right now, pile number 2. If you don't deal with these things, you're going to be trapped in that, whatever it looks like for you right now. However, if you do dare to sit down and do the meditation, be the good person for yourself, give yourself the time to sit there and allow this meditation to just be, allow your emotions to flow through you like a river, allow your thoughts to come and go like a river, allow it to just flush through you, and you just get familiarized with the processes. What is going on in my mind? How do I feel? What are these things? And you are the observer of your thoughts. You are the observer of your emotions. So you are not your emotions and you're not your thoughts. You are more than that. And then you're going to be able to open up to that self-fulfilling, awakened person where you are gonna, like the sun. The sun is the happiest card in this deck. And the 3 of Wands, all the seeds that you are planting from now. Pile number 2, your future awakened self is recommending you to plant a lot of seeds. Because when you plant a lot of seeds, now you're going to be able to stand there and watch it come to fruition, so that you can take care of yourself in a great way. And the fates, luck, karma is going to be on your side. When you deal with these things, this is why I say God helps those who help themselves. It's not like God doesn't want to help you because you're an angry person and God is going to sit up there with his stick in his hand and he's going to be like, nope, pile number 2 is angry, so I'm not going to help them. I don't like angry people. Nope, that's not how it works. It's like, but you won't be able to see the helping hand. You won't be able to feel the helping hand. You won't be able to receive it when you're angry. You won't be able to receive it when you're angry. So once you deal with it through your meditation, you're opening up for this new, never-ending, always unconditional love that can flow in through your life. And your Wheel of Fortune is going to be, your karma is going to be great. All of a sudden, unexpected and positive, like Wheel of Fortune twists is going to happen. And just like all of a sudden, everything just shifts and looks different. So if you're flexible and you have trust, the fates, the wheel of fortune is going to spin in your favor, and you're going to have a great experience. Also, a great new idea, clarity of mind. So once you understand these things, there's going to be clarity of mind, and you're going to harvest what your seeds that you've sown. So here you're standing there, you're watching the seeds that you sow here, being a good person, handing out good advice, or doing the good thing, doing the right thing. You're doing this, you're sitting down, getting the meditation, getting familiarized with yourself. You have to find these things within yourself so that you can take care of it, and then you can open up for this flow of life. You're going to be able to sit there and harvest. Here you're going to be watching it grow, and you're going to watch it, your ships come in, all those seeds that you have planted, and here you are reaping the fruits of your labor. And celebrating, 9 of Cups, celebrating with friends, celebrating with the people that you love. Now that you know how to comfort yourself, and now that you take care of your anger and your chains, you're going to be able to connect with other people. You're going to be able to create with other people. You're going to be able to have a really good time with other people. So pile number 2, your future self, your future awakened self is calling your name to sit down and do the meditation part. And also it's telling you to walk away from the things that are not serving you. If you have things in your life that are triggering your anger, you have things in your life that is building up the disappointments and all that stuff, walk away from it. Walk away from it, walk away from the anger, walk away from the resentment, walk away from the hate, all those heavy, dense energies, depression, sadness, disappointment, betrayal. Walk away from those things. Walk away from it. You don't need it in your life. Walk away from it and plant new seeds. Make new plans. Passionate plans. It has to start from scratch. You can't just skip this part. This is the part that, pile number 2, that we as humans, if any of this here is going to make sense, yeah, I want all of this, but I don't want that. So I'm going to skip this part, and then I'm going to be, just get that. And so, but it doesn't happen like that. God helps those who help themselves. You have to take care of what is going on inside of you so you can hear it. So you can hear and feel that love. You'll be celebrating more than you can ever imagine at the moment, pile number 2. If you like the video, if you want to give me a thumbs up, I appreciate that. If you want to subscribe to the channel, I also appreciate that. And the beautiful light in me, it honors, respects, and it loves the same beautiful light in you. And until next time, namaste. Pile number 3, I welcome you to this message. You got drawn to this beautiful card of the vision. Do you have a vision? Do you have a vision for your life? Do you have a vision for your character? Do you have a vision for self-improvement? Do you have a vision for what you want? So can you use your imagination? Are you able to see the synchronicities around you and trust your own intuition? Pile number 3, your future awakened self wants you to know. At this point, sit down and work on your vision. Do you see how other people, like if you know those vibrant beings, they're just hopping around, they seem to have everything in order, they seem to know what they're doing, and they're just hopping around here on planet Earth looking all confident and content and vibrating on this high energy, and they're just great communicators and everything. Everyone gets drawn to them. Pile number 3, this can be you with a vision, because people become like that when they have a vision. If you don't have a vision for your life, if you don't have a vision for what you want to accomplish or achieve in your life, if you don't have a vision for your future, or you don't have a plan, basically, you are going to be drifting. I know drifting. I was drifting for years and years and years, even a decade. I was just drifting. I had no vision. I had no way of understanding what I was going to do with my life. And so I was just drifting. I wasn't aiming up. I was aiming down. I kept abusing myself. I kept pulling myself down, putting myself down, self-sabotaging my own things. And I kept drifting and drifting and drifting because I didn't really have a vision. But I had somewhat of a vision in the back of my mind. I knew that I wanted to create music and art. And sometimes, pile number 3, this is telling me that at the moment you are disconnected from art. You are disconnected from your dreams. So you're not creating anything. You're not dreaming about anything. You don't have any aims. You don't have any goals that you want to achieve this or that. And what happens then is that all those random people that you run across in your life, well, they know what they want to do. So they're going to get you onto it too. So misery loves company, and now they're going to pull you into. And since you don't really have a vision and you don't really aim it up, you're just going to go for whatever happens around you and just be a part of that, because it gives you a sense of belonging, even though these people, they might not be there when you start to aim up because they only wanted your misery part. So having a vision, creating a vision is, when you was born, pile number 3, your future awakened self is saying this to you. When you was born, before you was born, you had your unique vision. You knew exactly what you came here to do. And you had your own authentic, autonomous way that you was going to do it. And then, fast forward, here you are, plopping out on planet Earth. That moment when you plop out on planet Earth, you forgot all about your unique vision. You forgot all about how you was going to get there. You forgot all about all these things. Your life journey is supposed to help you get back on track with your vision. So pile number 3, your future awakened self wants you to sit down for a little bit and remember your vision. What was your vision? You can access it through your intuition. You can access it through your dreams. It can be dreams, synchronicities. And so, yeah, the vision is very, very important. Remember the vision that you had. And so, bride in a cage. Bride in a cage. So did you die waiting for the perfect day, or did you never learn to live? Bride in a cage. So most of us have maybe one vision in life. It's like, if you're a woman, you might be visioning the perfect day when you're going to be marrying someone, and you spend years, maybe decades, figuring this out. Planning the day, planning the event. Not today though. Tomorrow is better. So we are putting our life in the expectations. When I put expectations to things, they always disappoint me. Like my expectations, they never show up as my expectations. So what I've learned is that like no expectations, if I hold no expectations, I will be able to be in the moment and experience things the way that they are, instead of how I think, and I think I know they will arrive. Instead of having like the future become a shopping cart where I'm going to get this dress, I'm going to get this happiness, I'm going to get this, and I'm going to get that. And then you just shop for whatever, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, a couple of boxes of this, and then It's not going to be perfect. When the future comes, it's not going to be perfect. The vision to be happy, the vision, if you have a vision to, it has to look like this. You have to have that dress, and you have to be in these circumstances, and you have to look like that. And then you're going to be disappointed for a long time, pile number 3, because your future awakened self wants you to know that these expectations, they cannot come to fruition. But if your vision is, because your vision now is going to be more so towards feeling fulfilled, feeling at ease, being at peace with the person that you're with, finding joy and happiness and passion together, finding these routes together. And then if your focus is more on that, and your vision is more on that, you're going to be able to not get in the trap, to be the bride in the cage. Your future self, perhaps you did get into the marriage thing. Perhaps you're already trapped in there. A lot of people, they marry and now they're like done. This is done. Now I'm fudged. Fudged for the rest of my life because I'm married and this is not really what I wanted to do. Your future awakened self is telling you that you will get through this. Perhaps you thought that if you were with this wealthy person or this successful person, and then you could have the perfect dress, and you can have the perfect ring, and you can have the perfect hair, you can have the perfect shoes, and you can have all the perfect food and the perfect plates and the perfect everything, looking perfect. And so that was your vision. Maybe that was the only vision that you had since you was a child. Well, that happened, and now you had the perfect day and everything, and now you have to live miserably because of your expectation of that. You have to now live miserably in this cage of a relationship that you have trapped yourself in. But the good news is that you will get through it, and you can get through it. So pile number 3, the vision. Perhaps readjust the vision to like, I am feeling fulfilled, I'm feeling happy, I'm feeling content. And then you start walking the walk and talking the talk and doing the path that you need to do. And then we have I am presence walking up here, showing up here. This one here is like planning for everything, putting expectations on everything. I'm going to have this is my life, this. And then the material world, the materialistic dreams, the materialistic cage that we all get trapped in sometimes. The vision, perhaps, pile number 3, your future awakened self is calling you into the I am presence. I am presence, that is who you are. Now you're not being rubberish or gibberish or what you want to call it anymore. I am presence. So this is showing up because you, pile number 3, you are awakening. This is you awakening, and your future awakened self is congratulating you for allowing these things to come into your presence, to come into your awareness. That maybe those things that you did hold in your vision wasn't what you thought they were. That's okay. That's how we learn from life. It's okay. You can always choose different. And your future awakened self is saying that you are about to find your I am presence at a deeper level. And all of us have angels, spirit guides walking with us. We also have our aspect of ourselves. That the I am presence is the all-loving, all-knowing, the aspect of yourself that hold profound guidance and wisdom at all times. So this is your internal wisdom. This is your heritage. This is your ancestors. This is your higher spirit. This is the God essence. This is everything that is. This is all the materialistic things that keep you from that. So it's going to be like a blockage. So pile number 3, your future awakened self wants you to know that you will get through this blockage of all the things that you thought you needed to be happy in your life. All the things that you thought you had to have to be happy. And this is also encouraging you to, and it's guiding you to take some time to strengthen and deepen your connection by meditating, writing, and doing those things that allow you to feel the higher vibrations of your soul. Abundance is flowing through you as you walk more in this energy, the vibration of your higher self. This is a low vibration. This is a low vibration. This is like unconscious living, all the fast food and all the unconscious stuff going on here. This is the higher level consciousness that is going on here. This is the beautiful things in life. And your future awakened self is calling you and saying, keep up the good work. Keep up. Keep it up. Dreams. Create new dreams. Pile number 3. Your future awakened self is asking you to sit down and rewrite this vision. Perhaps your vision before was that when you finish your high school or whatever, when you finish school, you're going to get married, you're going to get kids, you're going to work for a little bit, you're going to get retirement, and then you're going to get the grandkids, and you're going to do this and this and this, and then you're going to die. So that's the recipe for a regular life. And then now your future self is saying, well, just disregard all of that. Disregard it for a minute. Doesn't mean that it's right or wrong. Just disregard it for now and create a new vision where you are free. A new vision where you feel good. A new vision where you find confidence. A new vision where you find self-awareness. A new vision where you find connectedness with everything around you. A new vision, new dreams. What could you possibly experience from this state of mind compared to this state of mind? This state of mind is going to be negative Nelly and Debbie Downers and disappointments. This higher vibrational line is going to be unconditional love. It's going to be compassion. It's going to be assertiveness. It's going to be fulfillment. It's going to be all the good things. Using your intuition. Trusting your intuition. Taking action with communication. Dealing with self-sabotaging things. Dealing with addictions, self-sabotaging things. Addictions can be to the materialistic things. Like you think that you need this, 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 and this, which is not really true, but you think you need it. So it's kind of binding you. It's keeping you trapped. It's keeping you in the cage. So the lust or the money or the power and all this stuff and the stuff that we need, the stuff. It's like that's the hold that the devil has got on you because now you're going to be disconnected from these things, your dreams, your own dreams, like the vision, your I am presence. It's not present in this situation. So pile number 3, your future self is asking you to look at this. Look at what is it that is binding you in your life? What is it that is holding you back? Are you being self-sabotaging? Are you being putting yourself down? Are you addicted to people, places, and things? Maybe you're addicted to this person because after the pain goes away, you always have good sex, or after the pain goes away, you always do something fun together, or after the pain goes away, she's always nice to me. So maybe there's that dynamic going on with the devil. That's the dance of the devil, and they love it. They're going to keep doing it because they appreciate you being hurt. They appreciate you being broken down. They appreciate you being weaker. They appreciate you feeling more insecure. So whatever kind of people you have around you that are making you feel like this or that, or influencing you in that way, use your intuition, speak up about it, and take action about it, and get out of there. Get the heck out of Dodge, or move away from that energy. Move away from that energy, the lower vibrational energy. Move towards your vision, which is the I am presence. The I am, the flow of life, the power of now. Eckhart Tolle. Read the book. Pile number 3. Read the book, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, and read it many times until you understand it. It's going to take you on your awakening journey. It's going to teach you to understand what's going on in your mind. It's going to teach you about the things that are holding you back in this material world. And it's also going to show you the beauty of the enlightenment. It's going to show you the beauty of the awakened one. It's going to show you the peace of the awakened one. It's going to show you the joy of the awakened one. It's going to show you the unbelievable amount of opportunities that you have with this route. The Strength card, learning to adjust and learning to be able to handle your own internal emotions. Bride in a cage, she might get like, you know, really pissed off and then start freaking out everywhere, or taking out the anger, or breaking out like that. Having strength is to acknowledge the anger, acknowledge what is going on inside of you, and then rationally work your way out of it. Having the inner strength to tailor, to tame those outbursts, or to tame the hurt, or to tame that lashing out on people, to tame the hurting others, tame those impulses that might come after being in interaction with this. Being strong enough to hold it within and to be rational and do it in a way that you can respect afterwards yourself. Queen of Swords is not afraid to speak up. She is good at talking for herself. She is good at communicating. She's good at finding solutions to things. And Three of Pentacles, teamwork. So going from being by yourself, being in your own thing, in your own bubble or in your own lane, going from there and into something out of balance. Pile number 3, your future awakened self is asking you to stop being so mean to yourself. Stop being so disappointed in yourself because of what you think should have happened before, and continue on to this celebration. Celebrate with others. Celebrate with the people around you. Take out this self-doubt, this self-inflicted pain, the self-sabotaging, the self-stuff that is going on here. Work it out so that you can move towards your I Am Presence. Like, move towards your awakening. Move towards the things that you are going to love in your life. Hope, healing, finding. Instead of being the bride in a cage where you're going to be on display for the world to see, or be the hanging on someone's arm because their status is so, oh my God, and then you're going to be like the prize hanging on their arm. Instead of being that, no, you're going to be your own person with your own dreams, and you're going to create it, and you're going to stop being so hard on yourself. Celebrate with your friends, celebrate with the people that you love, the ones that want to build you up. Hope, healing, and health. Good health. You're going to bring in all the good stuff into your world with the star. And perhaps you even going to rise up, and your dream, your vision, perhaps you're going to rise up and be the star of your own show and be the star of your own life. Why not? Queen of Pentacles. Yes, you're definitely going to learn how to manage your resources well, how to take care of your time, effort, money, everything. And be playful and setting out on a new emotional journey. Even though you haven't done it before, pile number 3, you understand that life is a journey. Life is learning. Life is growing. Life is getting out of the matrix. This would be the matrix. This would be life itself. Pile number 3, if you like the reading, I hope you want to give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. If you want to subscribe to the channel, I do appreciate that as well. And the beautiful light in me, it honors, respects, and loves the same beautiful light in you. And until next time, namaste.